Thank you everyone for joining me for today's flow practice. My name is Helena and this is my co-captain Gus, who will be practicing with us today. If you have your yoga mat rolled out, let's begin. Find a comfortable position for your body. And today that might look like you're lying all the way down on your mat to extend your arms and extend your legs, really just soften your shoulders and relax your hips. Or perhaps you prefer to stay upright, seated. Either way, get out those last little sensations to fidget or shuffle around. See if you can land in stillness and close your eyes. And we'll begin by releasing any tension that we've maybe carried onto our mats with us. Take a full deep breath in and then open up your mouth. An audible letting go sigh breath out. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose, fill up, open mouth, sigh breath out. 1 more, inhale deeply, open mouth, letting go breath out. Maybe you felt sort of a dropping into your body, becoming a little bit more present in your space. Slow down each breath, lengthen your inhales, deepen your exhales. And maybe this is the first time all day you've taken a moment to pay attention and notice how you're breathing. So I'm just noticing this vital function that brings life into our body. And through your mind's eye, you're paying attention to the quality of each breath. To focus on the breath, I even find it helpful to count the length of your inhale. Maybe you can extend it to a 4 or 5 counted breath in. And then count a 4 or 5 breath out. Inhale to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do a few more cycles of this counted breath on your own. Just counting through your mind's eye. And observe the sensation that this helps to create for your body. Do you feel a little more relaxed? Are you able to quiet your mind through focusing on this breath? And we'll do our absolute best to keep this sensation with us as we move in and out of different postures today. Some of them will require a little bit of muscular effort, a little bit of balance, a little bit of focus, some challenge at moments. And this is okay. This is what the practice inspires us to bring into our life, that through moments of challenge or moments of effort, within us we can still tap into a space of calm and ease. Take 1 more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And then start to move a little bit. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out the wrists. Rock your head from side to side. If you're lying down on your back, give yourself a moment or 2 to tuck your knees in towards your chest. Roll over to one side. And then we'll all meet together on hands and knees in a tabletop position, so on all fours facing the top of your space. This is where, if your knees are sensitive, you could always bring that folded up blanket under your knees or even a folded tea towel. Take your pinky fingers to the outer edge of your yoga mat. Your shoulders are right over top of your wrists and your knees are under your hips. On your next inhale, let your belly drop down. Bring your chest forward and up. Take a full breath in. And then round your spine. Tuck your tailbone. Bring your chin towards your chest. The space between your shoulder blades, press it to the sky. Inhale, let the belly drop back down. Lift your gaze, lift your heart. Press down actively through your hands to tuck your tail. Round your spine, chin to chest. Do this 2 more times. Inhales bring you forward and up. Exhales, rounded spine. We're getting the hips moving, the whole spinal column moving, and maybe even bringing a bit of strength through the arm bones, pressing the hands down. Come back to a neutral spine or a flat back. Then roll the right wrist out. Step your right hand forward about a foot. Roll the left hand out. Place it in line with the right. Shift your hips forward so you come into a modified plank position. And then take your time to lower yourself all the way onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, we'll take a few gentle back bends. Inch your toes back and point your toes. Your hands are stacked under your shoulders, elbows hug in, lift your chest up a few inches. Keep your neck neutral. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then slowly lower your chest back down. Let's wave the heart up 2 more times. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, roll it down. Press through your hands, pass yourself back through a tabletop position. Bring your big toes together, let your knees go wider. Child's pose, rest your hips back. And if the hips are tight and your bum doesn't make it towards your heels, keep some weight into your elbows. Rock yourself side to side. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Let's see if we can make this a little bit of a sequence and a little bit of a flow, bringing it together. Come back forward into your modified plank position. Adjust the knees under your hips and lower onto your belly. Point your toes, lift your chest up, maybe coming up a little bit higher, and then roll your chest down. Hips to heels, move back in space, child's pose. Inhale, come back forward, modified plank, strong arms lower you onto your belly. Lifting your chest up, rolling your chest down. Pass through your table, hips to heels, child's pose. This time as you bring the weight into your hands, spread your fingers, flip your toes, prepare for your first downward dog. Lift off your knees, pike your hips up and back. Really press through the hands. Lift your heels and bend your knees. Get an opening through the backs of your legs. Try and let your head hang between your arms. Breathe in and out. Look towards the top of your space and then start to tiptoe yourself forward. And as you come up to the top of your mat, bend your knees a lot, engage your legs. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach your arms overhead, get tall. And then shake your arms out. Let it all go. Good. Look down, your second toe faces forward, and your feet are rooted right under your hips. Press your feet down. Sweep the arms up, deep breath in. Hands press down through heart center, breathe out. Good, inhale, reach up, lift your gaze. Hands to heart. Let's move through the entire wingspan of the arms. Reach up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Good. Reach arms high. Grab hold of your left wrist. Reach up and over towards the right. Keep your left foot planted down. Back up through to center and switch your grips. Grab the right wrist. Reach over to the left. Try not to lock your legs. Little bend to the knees. Back up through to center and then shake the arms out. Good. It doesn't really matter which foot, but take one leg, step it back, and then turn all 10 toes so they face the same direction. And if you look down with your wide stance, you have about a leg's distance between your feet. Good. Extend the arms straight out. Puff up your chest, breathe in. And fold your body forward. Breathe out. Bend your knees enough for your fingertips to touch down. And let your head hang in space. We'll massage the hip creases, bend a bit into the right knee, and then bend into your left. Bend into the right knee, bend into the left. Go one more time each way. Back to center. Lift your gaze, flatten your back, bend your knees, and then come all the way up to stand. Good. Hands on your hips. Take your right toes and then pivot them towards the short edge of your mat. Bend your right knee. Try and stack your knee over top of your ankle. And then reaching your arms out. This is warrior 2. Let's strengthen that right leg a little bit. Straighten the right leg out. And then bend the right knee. Good. Straighten. Breathe in. Bend and sink. Breathe out. One more time. Straighten. And bend. Keep the right leg bent. Prop the right elbow onto your right knee. Extend your left hand to the sky and see if you can look up. With the left hand high, we'll move the whole shoulder girdle, circle your left arm one way, and then circle it the opposite. Circle one way, make the biggest circle you can. Beautiful, circle the opposite. One more time each way. Strong legs, but steady breath. Then look down for stability. Press yourself back up to your warrior 2. Hands on your hips. Straighten your right leg. Tuck the right toes back in. And we'll set up for the opposite side. Left toes turn towards the short edge of your mat. Bend your left knee. Knee over ankle. Stack the joint. Reach the arms out. You've got the fingertips in line with the shoulders, but your shoulders are soft down your back. Straighten your left leg without locking the knee, and then bend. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Try not to let your knee pass your ankle. If your knee can pass your ankle, take a longer stance. Inch the right foot back. The next time you bend the knee, keep it bent. Hinge forward, left elbow on the left knee. Press it into the thigh. Try and open up your chest towards the sky and reach your right arm up. Side angle pose. On the opposite side, let's start to move through the right arm. Circling it one way, breathe in. Circle it the opposite. Breathe out. Massaging the whole shoulder joint. Going one more time each way. Look down for better balance. Pull yourself back up to center. Straighten your left leg. Turn all 10 toes back to the same direction. And then take your toes, turn them towards the corner edges of your mat so they slightly turn out. Hands on your hips, bend your knees. Try and keep your knees opening up over your toes. This is our goddess squat. And if everything feels okay here, your balance is all right, extend the arms out into a cactus style. Open up the chest and twist towards the right. A breath on purpose. Hear the sound of your inhale. Sound at exhale. Return yourself to center. Strong legs, steady breath. Twist left. Breathing deeply. In and out. Back through to center. And in the same motion, straighten your legs and reach the arms up. Lower your hands down. Heel toe your feet in towards one another and shake your legs off. Beautiful. Come back up to the top of your space. Again, the feet under your hips. Reach your arms high overhead. And then fold your body forward. Bend your knees a lot so your belly's on your thighs, or maybe your elbows are on your thighs. Your head can hang down in space. Shake your head out, yes. Shake your head out, no. Good. Then bend your knees a lot, enough to take your hands down and step yourself back to downward dog. The feet move to the back of your mat and you pike your hips high. Really spread your fingers so you've got a wide base in your hands to pike your hips up and back. Maybe you get a deeper stretch through the back of your legs this time. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at your right thumb and try and step your right foot up towards that space. Now, if it doesn't make it there right away, you can drop your left knee down and pull your right foot through. Good. Cushioning underneath the left knee with a tea towel if you need to. When you're steady, right knee over the ankle, lift your torso up into a low lunge. I can even press into the right leg to lift the torso. Hands can stay to hips or reach them up. Good. Sounded breath. Before you take the hands down, bring them to the inside of your right foot. Without muscular effort, let that go. Lower your hips down. Sink into a stretch. So that low lunge was kind of active. Sink into the stretch. Let gravity pull your hips down. Just one more inhale. Slow exhale. Take the right foot, step it back to meet the left. Bring your knees together. Right hand goes a bit wider. Lower through that controlled push-up. Come on to your belly. Point your toes. Gentle back bend. Lift your heart up. Keep your neck neutral. Lower your chest back down. Pass through your tabletop. Flip your toes. Lift your hips back into downward dog. Downward dog can always be skipped, and you can do child's pose instead. Let's work that lunge on the left side. Look at your left thumb. Encourage your left foot to swing or step through. I'll do the modified expression, taking the knees down, grabbing the left foot, pulling it there. Cushion your right knee. And then when you're ready, lift your torso up. And if your shoulders are fatigued, keep your hands on your hips or sweep them high overhead. Sometimes I find reaching them up, I can get more space through the side of my ribs, more breath into my lungs. Good, we're driving into the left heel so the legs are active. Release your hands to the inside of your left foot. And then let that energy go, sink your hips down. Try and get a few good breaths here, opening the hips. And balancing our effort with our ease. Counted breath in, counted breath out. The left foot swings back to meet the right. Bring your knees together. Left hand steps out wider so you've got a good window for your chest to move down through your arms. Come onto your belly. Good. Once you're on your belly, slide your toes back, your hands back. Lift your heart up. Lower your heart back down. Pass through table. Child's pose, hips to heels. Resting your elbows, resting your forehead. Take a big breath into the back of your body. Come onto your bum, swing the legs around. So your legs are out in front of you. Shimmy yourself forward so you have space behind you. Carefully roll onto your back. You can use your hands or hold onto your knees. And then from your back, heel toe your feet out wider. Windshield wipe your knees side to side. Dropping them to the right, and then swaying them to the left. Take them right and left. One more time each way. Ground your feet down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze them in, tuck yourself into a small little ball. Massage your lower back, rock side to side. Hold on to your thighs. Kick your heels up towards the sky. Don't worry about your legs being straight. Bring the awareness into your feet. Point your toes up towards the sky. And then flex your toes back towards your face. Point your toes up. Flex the toes back. Roll your ankles out. Circle them a few times one way. And then a few times the opposite. And all this movement brings synovial fluid into the joint, so helps to get out all those kind of cracks and pops, lubricates the joints. Taking your knees back in towards your chest, but let your knees go out wide. So taking them out towards the armpits. Hold on to your shins, try and pull your knees down. Maybe you can grab your ankles, opening up the hips, happy baby pose. Notice if the position feels really rigid or stiff. Encourage it to be a bit more fluid. Rock yourself side to side. Keep taking deep breaths. Guide your knees back in towards one another. Reach your arms out, palms face up. Drop your knees to the right side of your mat for a gentle twist. Important here that if there's space between your knees, maybe that folded up blanket or cushion, a pillow or a block comes in between the thighs. Legs are heavy. breath is full. Take one more cycle of breath on your own. Untwist the body, bring your knees back to center. And then twist the opposite direction, knees falling left. Place a block between the thighs or a pillow. Do your best to be heavy and relaxed in your body. Take 3 rounds of breath on your own. Return to the back. Knees hug in. Let's set up for our final posture of rest. Extend your arms, extend your legs, lie on the back. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Scanning your body internally from the crown of your head down to your fingertips, down to your toes. Aware to the sensations you've maybe created through your practice. Observing any benefits from your practice, how you feel right now. And giving yourself permission to hold this space for yourself in quiet and relaxation for a few minutes. And my voice will bring you back when the time is right. Start to pay attention to how you're breathing. Begin to breathe a little deeper. Notice the sounds that you hear around you, the space that you're in, but also acknowledging how you feel. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Flutter your eyes. If you're still on your back, you take 2 or 3 breaths, bringing knees into chest, rolling over to one side and pressing up into seated. Bring some attention into your spine. Sit up tall. Seal the practice with one more sounded breath. Open your mouth. It's an honor and a pleasure guiding each of you through this practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.